Hi everybody, and welcome back to Hex Token Channel. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream last night. That was the first one. I thought it was a lot of fun, and looking to do a lot more of those. Actually, I actually enjoyed it, so I'll probably end up doing a lot more of those. Let's get on to today's results, though. You know how I roll. Of course, hex.com. Let's go, and we're going to look at today's results. Day 743, hot off the press, folks. The 14th of December 2021, and wow, up 19%. Woohoo! Look at back on day 70, we're up 18.6%, and of course 19% up on the back of 5.5. Nice to be back up where Hex belongs, and 19.3 cents is pretty nice. The return on investment multiplier from the all-time low, which is the 5th of January 2020, is now 3,423x. Huge jump from yesterday, almost 600x, so pretty nice. Let's look at the payout per T-share. This is the main thing for Hex stakers and the main fundamentals of Hex, of course. 5.93 hex per T-share, looking beautiful as hex stakers are getting paid more, folks. That's just the way it is. So get those T-shares while you can. Of course, they're going up in price. Here they are now at the moment, 3,813. That's pretty amazing, and of course that's up quite dramatically from a day 737 back here, 2,600. You got a good T-share. Now it's 3,813 for a basic T-share. Obviously, you can stake longer. Longer pays better. Bonuses. T-share rate at 19,729. A dot day again, and we're heading towards 20,000. Let us get there. I don't know why you're paying more to get a T-share, but some reason that seems to be a great fundamental. Average stake length 5.92 years, looking solid as we may even get up to 6 years. Let's see how we get on over the next few months for sure. Annual percentage yield rate, interest and early in-stake penalties, 37.56% return. Look at that. You don't get that in the bank. In fact, I looked at a term deposit rate. It was about 2%. Of course, there we are, 37.56%. Nice. All right, so liquidity pool, 141.7 million in the pool. And as I say, it's just getting eaten up pretty fast. We were up here, how far high we were? Back on day 736, up 165.9 million X in the pool, and now we're down dramatically. Was about 13 million down to where we are at the moment. So pretty cool. The USDC in the pool is up to 28. Almost 28.5 million, and that's up almost $1 million on yesterday. Liquidity in the pool 1,143, and that's also up about 80, 85, 90 there ETH. So very cool. All right, total value lock. Let's look at the valuations. 11.97 billion. Very cool. And of course, the market cap, including the origin address, is back over 100 billion. Woohoo! Celebration times 111.12 billion. Very cool. The T-share market price 40.94, so back over 40 billion again, and that's looking sweet as well, because T-shares is the name of the game in the Hex fundamentals. All right, T-shares 10,737,810, and that's down 6,388. So a decent day, obviously, after the origin wallet on the 7-day 738. We are down. So if you've got T-shares, you're becoming more special, a special class for sure, and you're getting those sweet payments. Very nice. All right, total supply 367 billion Hex in the total supply, and the mint inflation just under 20 million for the day. Circulating supply 575 billion. Remember, most of this is in the origin account. Take that into account. So actually, there's only a couple of percent in the actual circulating supply, excluding the origin account. Very cool. Something maybe 3, 4, 5%, somewhere in there. So maybe not quite 5, maybe 3, 4% is my guess. I haven't done a recent calculation, but that's probably a good guess. Change in circulating supply 59 million, and so that's a bit more supply out there at the moment. We expect that until the 1st of January. We've got these big candles coming out. We've still got 2 big ones left. Okay, so 62 billion, and of course, as the state supply, that's down 40 million. We've had 3 down days, and we do expect this with all the candles coming out. But once again, you are in a special class if you're a state. Good accounting is over $1 billion, of course, and that was really the origin of wallet back here. So up as well. Stake percentage of coins is one of the headline measures, of course, in Hex. 9.72% of Hex is staked, and that is the majority is individual investors, but of course the origin account still has stakes in there as well. Originally it was about 13 to 18%, but we obviously had 2-year stakes come out at the end of November, early January. early December, I should say. Payout 64 million Hex, and penalties another just over 500,000. So another decent day of penalties. We love those for sure as stakers. Total holders 392,168, up 655. Woohoo! I did say we're going to get back to these better numbers. I was pretty happy with 300, and 655 is pretty stellar. Total stakers back up into triple digits too, 103 up to 72,274. Very, very cool. People like paying higher prices, just the way it is, folks. I said this many times. People, when the price is cheap, down 12 cents, 13 cents, people, they shy away, and we had lower numbers. But when the price is higher, people like to come in and pay higher numbers to stake and stuff. I don't get it, but that's just what happens. It's all about confidence, right? And momentum potentially. Total stakers at 90,571. To change in a total stakers is 87, and current holders 272,745, up 129. Nice. Now, interesting. Now, I had a funny comment. I watched one of Trayvon's videos, and he had a fantastic quote about the fact that if people were wanting to buy down 10 cents, or sorry, people were selling down at like 12, 10 cents, something like that, then did they hate Hex? Did they hate Hex? And I thought that was pretty funny, because we love Hex, right? We love it. So let's get on to the market price at the moment. Obviously, yesterday we did the live stream, and man, oh man, this was the golden circle. Could we get up here? We did get up here. We did get up here in style. So this was where we wanted to get to. Obviously, the downward resistance, this was keeping us down that downtrend. We broke that over the last 24 hours. Very cool. And we had a good candle. This is the candle we had during the live stream, and this is our new candle that we've got at the moment. Just started up there, and of course we busted all the way up to 21.3 cents on this particular pair, the USDC V3. And man, oh man, is that cool. Now let's just get rid of our golden star, because we've hit that mark, and so now we just want to stay up in this confidence here, and looking good. We also touched the 200 moving average as well, which was sitting up here at 21 cents, and so that's really cool as well. And of course, we're going to get a little bit of consolidation as we move up, but we have 4 green candles. We know that we can get 7 or 8 green candles back here, and also back here we had 7 or 8 green candles, so we've got a bit of room to move, plus maybe 1 or 2 little red days in there. And of course, here is PulseChain sacrifice. I've got it estimated as 27th. It's going to be before the end of the year, and we've got a little insight from Richard about that, so we're going to talk about that later. We've got a bit of the just a general guide as to what the pulse swap sacrifice will be, so just stay tuned for that. I've got the current launch of PulseChain at the 8th, but that's based on Richard's information in the midpoint. But I actually think that that's going to be, given the information on PulseSwap, that's definitely going to be towards the end of the range and so I've now moved the launch of PulseChain to the 15th of January. And once again, we try and take the best information to set up our timeline, and therefore you've got the arrow moving there as well. So the PulseChain sacrifice looks like it's going to run pretty similar to the PulseChain one, potentially up to 19 days, but I actually think it will probably be shorter, folks. So we'll wait for the actual information from Richard about that, but we'll check out his tweet on that soon. Now, price predictions, awesome stuff. We're way up to 583 on the community vote. What do you think the price of Hex will be by the 1st of December? Obviously, we've had the big price pump during this survey, but we had 28% of 583 people say over 40 cents, and 15% say 30 to 40 cents, and between 20 and 30 cents is 33 cents. 33% under 20 is 24 cents. But I think we're already up in here already, so I think we can only go up from here, is my view. So very bullish, and once again, thanks to the community for that. But that's pretty insightful. 583 votes helps everyone else see what other people are thinking. It was a pretty cool poll. All right, let's jump over to liquidity. Current price 19.159 cents, $3,785 a T-share at the moment, and we've got quite a bit of USDC has actually shifted back into V3 as well. So that's actually now the dominant pair again. And of course V2 down here. So we're sitting at was it 44, 45, and 85%, just over 85%. So similar to yesterday, just slightly higher in the USDC pair. Very cool. That's the Hart's law, of course. Reflexivity compared to the rest of the market, which had was having a big pullbacks on the Bitcoin and the ETH, etc. All right, so T-shares, look at that. That's nice and up there. We're starting the uptrend. I believe so. The price is definitely moving up, gaining confidence. Broke down those important barriers. We could be starting an uptrend there. I don't think we really have a head and shoulders. I think that formation's pretty blunt at the moment. We'll see how we get on in the next 24 hours. That's going to be the determinant. The share rate, of course, up and to the right, heading towards 20,000. This is the key fundamental, of course, the T shares in the Hex, so it's going to be pretty cool. Mass adoption really taking a big jump there today, and we enjoy that. So nice, and I think that's only going to get bigger and better as we head towards PulseChain. It's going to blow people's minds. Payouts, of course, to stakers is amazing. We're loving these beautiful payouts. It really is good. And those who are sitting in liquid supply, they're getting relatively diluted compared to the staker class. So nice. It would tend to have more diamond hands. So nice. Here's our maturing stakes over the next 15 years. You can see. I think this is going to be really interesting to see once we get through this next what's it, 2-3 weeks, probably 3 weeks. We will see what people do with their circulating supply. They have 4 options. Remember, they can sacrifice it, they can hold it, they can sell it, and of course, if they hold it, they get double on PulseChain, or they can sell it, or they can stake short, medium, or long. So 4 different options there. Very cool. Let's check out the candles coming up in the next 4 months. Of course, this is the last one in 2021. 852 million Hex coming out, and there's cumulative of 71,000 T shares. Then the last big one is coming out on the 1st of January. We do have a couple little side ones here, but these are the 2. These are the big ones. 74 million, and that's 306,000 T shares coming out by then. Remember, we got about 10.7 million T shares, so 300,000 out of that is coming out, and then it's open slather all the way through to May, and that's it. We've got 1 candle, not many candles after that. So 2022 pump mentals look amazing, as I say. All right, so here's a look at the Hex Whale. It's we've got 1.6 million that was bought 24 hours ago, 265,000. 12 hours ago, we had 2.4 million bought for almost $500,000 US. Very cool. 12 hours ago, we also had another 1.6 million bought. Very cool. Using the same address. Not sure whether that's what address that is though. There is 1 million that was bought 9 hours ago. So lots of buying in here, folks. Then we had 3.2 million sold. That was 7 hours ago, and so you're still going to get sellers in here. 1.5 million sold, and that was 5 hours ago. Then we got a 1.5 million bought, 300,000. So some people ask about when the price goes up over 20%, will the whales sell? Well, sometimes they do sell. So that's just the way it goes, and you get that as you move back up. But we have a lot of buying going on here. 1.5 million bought 2 hours ago, and 1.6 million just sold 1 hour ago. What else? So those are the last numbers there. That's probably what helped drag us down just below 20 cents there. Very cool. Let's jump over to PulseChain. PulseChain.com is looking awesome. And of course, it's moving ahead, and that's really powerful. Don't forget, it's going to be super fast, super cheap, and the biggest airdrop in history, and the biggest yield farming in history. It's going to be pretty amazing, and a lot of people want to be a part of it. It's a pretty huge community now. Very cool. Here is the PulseChain GitLab, and we had a few update in the PLS faucet in the last 9 hours. So not exactly sure what that was, but a little update there for the PLS faucet. There's the test pulse that you can use on PulseChain Testnet 2.0. Now, I understand that PulseChain Testnet 1 is going to be pulled. I'm not sure if it's been pulled yet, but I understand it will be pulled today if it hasn't already. So it's PulseChain Testnet 1. So that went out from the devs. Very cool. And so PulseChain 2 Testnet reigns supreme. And here it is, just running like clockwork, 3-second blocks. The blocks are all here, of course, transactions here. You can play around with it. Of course, all the links to these that I show you are in the video description. You can play around, have a look around there, look at your own address, look at your tokens, that sort of thing. Very cool. Now, potentially the final distribution for sacrifice is not up yet, so some people might have a few funny numbers. We wait for that finalized distribution file to come. It's not out yet. So quickly, let's jump over to Richard Hart, the man himself. This is a tweet that he's done a lot of tweets in the last 24 hours. This was one of particular importance. I have nothing to do with PulsePad and PulseSwap, which will have a different name, I think, will have a sacrifice phase nearly the same as PulseChain did. So there's a first bit of evidence around this. Will have a sacrifice phase nearly, so that's a key one there, nearly the same as PulseChain did. Remember, PulseChain had 19 days first 5 days, you got 10,000 points, etc. And then it went up by 1.05 factor every day. And then there was a volume multiplier over the first 16 days. Once that finished, at day 17, 18, 19, had a flat rate of 1.75, and that's when the Origin account actually sacrificed with its massive amount of hex in there to pull up, get all, to control the pulse in terms of, as I said yesterday, a bit like a money, like Federal Reserve controlling money supply. So that there is the case, folks. I have a very different. So I've updated the PulseChain timeline. Let's check that out. And of course, I've done a few things. So we're currently in this yellow bar here. This is the PulseChain Testnet 2.0. I have shifted from the 6th, 7th of January, the launch of mainnet, over to the 15th, and PulseChain itself, PulseSwap itself, to the 15th. The reason why is because if the PulseSwap is going to be similar length of 19 days, I've got enough time there from the 27th through to the 15th to take that into account. So very cool, and we will see what the actual details are pretty shortly. I imagine he's getting pretty close to letting us know. In any case, our plane is flying up, and of course here it is. Our plane is flying, keeps flying. So very cool. So this is the current expected launch mid-January at this stage, based on all the information we have, and of course the pulse sacrifice likely to run with this red arrow that represents the 19 days approximately. So that's when we expect it to see. I expect to start maybe about 27th and so forth. So whether we have another day there or not, or whether it's shorter than this, maybe it's just 2 weeks, which I think is probably a better sacrifice. Hopefully it is shorter than 19 days. Then that would make these launch dates much more probable, giving a couple of days to do distribution, etc. So we'll see how that plays out. Otherwise, if it does get disclosed, then one could argue that we might even shift over into a later January launch. So we'll just keep updating this as we get the information. This is the current lay of the land at the moment. Very cool. Let's quickly check some more of Richard's tweets that we had in the last 20. So I just think we've got a few things. As we would read this through in the live stream yesterday, I don't think Ethereum or cryptocurrency in general understands how PulseChain is going to change everything. It's going to blow everyone's minds. PulseChain sacrifice phase should be launched before the end of the year, so very cool. Obviously, lots of stuff going on there, so very cool. See what PRC20s you have on your wallet, very much on the testnet, so nice, very cool. Go now and check which ERC20 copies, PRC20s you've got waiting for you on PulseChain.net. Nice. So really cool stuff there going on. Obviously, there's also about 8 validators at the moment. We start off with 3. We've got about 8 validators on there at the moment that you can go and stake on the testnet with. Check out my video on that. That's pretty cool. V2 testnet is forked from the same block as V1, 13,224,745. Just take that into account. What else we got here? This was an awesome interview. Make sure you check that out with the Kinetics. It was very cool insights, especially around liquidity pool and how the Pulse is going to dominate the liquidity pools on PulseSwap. Very cool. And what else we got going on here? I think that was pretty close. I think Hex on Pulse will be more valuable as it will be cheaper to on-ramp people and cheaper to stake in stakes. A lot of people asking about the value on Hex on Pulse. Richard thinks it's going to be more valuable. Good thing you can get one of each if you have one before the fork, of course. You have double. Yeah, very cool. Also, I have no crystal ball. I'm just guessing though. So that's Richard's view on that, on the valuation of Hex on Pulse. So I think it's going to be slightly more valuable. Some people think that it might converge a couple of months afterwards as big whales buy on the ETH chain. So we'll see, especially Hex Scale with Kinetics team looking at doing that. And here, obviously, just confirming your sacrifice balances aren't credited on this testnet yet. So just take that into account. Very cool. I think that was about it on here. And yeah, so that looks like just about it. Yep. And so that was it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this one. A bit longer today, 90 minutes, but so much to cover. Man, oh man, what are the highlights? Prices up, staking it looks great, and PulseChain testnet is moving forward and with a bit more detail about the pulse swap looking similar to, going to be similar to the PulseChain sacrifice. So we'll wait to final details though. All right, subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. Of course, if you want to become a channel member, channel memberships are open now for the live streams. And we've got Hexskins, PulseSkins, and we've got PulseSkins, Hexskins, and Richard Art Club. So join up. That'd be pretty cool. And I'll see you in the live streams with the special emojis and stuff. Until next time, I hope you enjoyed this one. I will catch you tomorrow. And actually, yeah, I might catch you even tonight. Who knows? We'll see how it happens. All right, bye for now.